Okay, this is Garrett J. White, the Authentic Entrepreneur, coming at you real, raw, and relevant. It is Sunday, let's see, what is it? Sunday like the 29th, I think March 29th, I don't know. All I know is I'm hanging out here in Las Vegas at the Fry's Electronics across from the Mega Mall. I don't know if you ever knew about this, and there's a plane flying in the air right now. I don't know if I'm getting him on screen. I don't know where it is. Anywhere, somewhere over there. Oh, my Lambo. That was a sweet car, dude. So anyways, I'm hanging out here at Fry's Electronics. I just picked up my new headset. Headset itself is for my webinars because we're going to be recording using Camtasia. Here's the recommended headset that I get from all my tech guys. It's the Logitech Premium Notebook headset. It cost me 60 bones. So anyways, here's the daily download for today. I got done speaking this morning out at CEO Space with Brett Harward, had an amazing conversation, talked about authentic influence, got to speak to about 75 to 100 entrepreneurs, amazing opportunity. But here was the thing that kind of came up for me as I'm sitting there. And I was experiencing this kind of this afternoon too. Why is it that we tend to experience ourselves as, let me put it this way, when we're growing and we're progressing in our business, why is it so difficult to always be in collaboration? What I mean by that is to not feel competition from other people who seem to be showing up in power in their gift. What is the clue there? What is the key there? And I watch this happen when I show up as a speaker. I watch this to myself when I watch this when other people are showing up in their strength and I'm trying to, I guess, maybe compete with them. So here was what I came to, okay, so the basis of this is why is there so much anxiety when someone else in your life shows up in power? Why do we tend to, some piece of us, our ego, why does it show up seeming threatened? And vice versa, when we show up in power, why do other people seem to feel threatened by this? So this happened to me today while I was speaking. This happened to me this weekend over business a couple different times, where people who you would think in a space were there to support me ended up feeling threatened by me versus supporting me, which was super weird for me. And I was talking to my main man, Garrett Gunderson, who spoke at T. Harv Eker's event this last weekend, and he was having kind of the same kind of deal go down for him. It was this weird, I don't even know how to describe it, just this weird deal was happening for him too, where these people who were speakers, who normally would support him, were totally giving him like the weird vibe, weird energy before he went on stage in front of 2,000 people. And then afterwards, at the very end, because he ran over time, etc., and he didn't end up even closing. He didn't even ran out of time to close, and they cut him off the stage. He spoke for 75 minutes. He thought he had 90 minutes about to go in his close, and said, nope, you're done. And so he was off the stage, and then all these same speakers who say they love him, care about him, etc., why they would show up in a way that almost was kind of gloating or excited about the fact that Garrett didn't take any money off the table as a speaker. So again, the question then, if hopefully I'm making this clear, is why is it when we show up in our divine greatness, why is it that other people feel threatened by this? And then secondly, why do I feel threatened at times when people show up in their greatness? And the natural reaction, my eyes are gonna hurt, so I'm putting sunglasses down. The natural reaction I've seen is that when we're in that space, we tend to want to take people down. We want to screw their situation up. We plead for them to do better, versus worse. I remember an example when I was playing at Boise State University right out of high school. I was a senior, or a freshman in college. And we get up there and we're doing drills, and our defensive coordinator was looking at me and he said, listen, or he was looking at you, he was watching the plays, and there was 5 or 6 of us freshmen fighting for starting positions on the Boise State roster for the varsity team. We were all on scholarship, all out of high school, all freshmen, all like 17, 18 years old. And I remember watching this one guy out on the field. He was a freshman, also a defensive back, just like me. And the whole time I wasn't hoping that I would do well. I found myself hoping that he would do poorly. Like every time that he screwed up, somehow by him screwing up, it made me look better. So again, the conversation, the question of today's download is, how is it and why is it do we feel threatened when other people are showing up in power? And then why do we feel threatened when others are showing up in power? So I want your insights on this. Put some comments here up and above this video here on the daily download. Start making liberal comments. I'm going to chime back in and give you some answers. I want others of you to give some answers. Let's get some real cool interactive conversation. But again, here's been my insight on that exact question. What I found is that when we don't show up in our soul purpose calling, in our vertical contract, when we are not owning our truth, we don't allow others to own theirs. Meaning anytime that we start to make a game of comparison between me being better than you or you being better than me, we get into what I call the pit and the pedestal. The pit pedestal is I have to put somebody up on the pedestal and make them better or right, and I put someone in the pit and make them wrong, right? And so in that game, then I find that when we're not owning our sole purpose contract, we tend to be way more on the edge of holding people either in the pit or putting them on the pedestal. And consider for a moment that putting people on the pedestal or the pit is complete nonsense, and that neither one of those serve. That ultimately the power play is found right down the middle with you and I in that space. So again, I want your insight. Mine is that when you don't own your truth, you don't allow others to. So when other people are owning their truth and you're not fully owning yours, you feel threatened. When you're owning yours and other people are not fully owning theirs, they feel threatened. But when two people come together and they both harmoniously own their truth, it's absolutely staggering the results can be created. And that, my friends, is collaborative entrepreneurism. That, my friends, is what it is to be an authentic entrepreneur. That, my friends, is the new consciousness of business and sales. This is Garrett J. White coming at you from Las Vegas, Nevada on Sunday, March 29th, I believe is the day today. Hanging out outside of Fry's. My wife went to go pick some things up, gonna come back and get me. Just picked up my new headset for our weekly wake up tomorrow. So those are on the download. You're gonna get that tomorrow. Excited. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about personal branding, brand or die, and my good friend Nick Manton. So until tomorrow, if I see you on the weekly wake up, again, if you want to participate in some of the weekly wake up events that are happening every Monday as a freemium gift from me to the marketplace, jump online, new topics every single week. You just need to go and register at weeklywakeup.com. Again, that's weeklywakeup.com. So until we see you on the weekly wake up or again on another download, this is Garrett J. White, the authentic entrepreneur, reminding you to be real, be raw, be relevant, and most importantly, to be authentic.